Whenever we talk to the AI model, the most important part here is a prompt. So the better the prompt you have, of course, you will get a better result, right? That's how the AI model works. I mean, doesn't matter how smart they are, and if you're not asking the right questions, you will not get the right answer. So it's not just about the question, but how you frame your question. There can be different types here. You might have heard about different techniques for the prompting, and I don't want to talk about prompt engineering here, but there are different options which you can go for. And we know the better the prompt is, the better the result will be. Now, in this case, let's understand prompts more with the help of prompt template. Now, in the previous example, and if you're not sure about the previous videos, don't worry. We have created a simple project and you will get this base project in the description. So check it out and you can just load that and add new code. Okay, so this is a code where we have basically tried to connect with the AI model and we are using Anthropic here. And if you want to change, you can switch to some other models, but this is connected to the Anthropic, and the only thing you have to do is you have to add the Anthropic key here. Okay, so let's get back here. And we were basically asking a question. Now, depending upon the question, it will give you a response. Now, the question can be a very simple one. You can say, tell me a joke, or maybe you can say, why Java is so famous, and any questions which you have in your mind. But now let's make it more useful, okay? And when I say useful, it means, what if you really want some suggestions from AI? In this case, let's say if you are confused which movie to watch, I want it to recommend a movie. So let's say there's a weekend coming up and I want to watch a movie. So it will suggest me a movie. It can ask me some questions, or maybe I can pass certain things. Maybe the type of movie I want to watch, maybe horror movie or comedy movie. And then I can also pass the year around which I want to watch a movie. Some people prefer to watch the latest and greatest movies. Some people prefer to watch a movie in an era where they have their, their memories, right? So for me, 2010 is, or after 2010. So that's my era. And then I can also pass the language in which I want to watch the movie. Because we have different options, right? We got Hollywood, in India we got Bollywood, we have multiple woods here. But I can specify the language it should suggest based on that. Now, if you want to do that, of course, you can pass a simple prompt. And let's try to do that. So what I want to do is, this is already running, and I'm going to use Insomnia this time to connect with my application. This is a REST client. If you're not sure, we can also use Postman or whatever REST client you want to use. So this is my place. I can say http://localhost:8080, that's the port number. And then API/ I can ask a question here. In fact, I want to change one thing. Let's test if things are working out. Tell me a joke. Now this will hit the previous API which we have built. It will take some time to respond, and this is the joke. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make everything. But if I look at the code here, this is what we have done. I want to change just one thing. Here I will put question so that the API would be API/question/messages or message. So that when you hit this next time, you will just add one extra thing here, which is question. I mean, you can replace it with anything you want here. So this is what it will do now. It will, when you hit, it will work. Okay, it has given me the same joke. At least AI model should try giving a new different joke, right? Okay, what I want to do now is, instead of asking a question, I can ask for a movie recommendation. So I can say recommend, and you can be very specific here. In the URL, you can say recommend movie, and you can map it in the backend or vice versa. So if I say recommend, and if I click on send, it should recommend a movie, but it should also ask for certain things. So you can pass a type here. I can say horror movie. They can add one more type here, which is year. So around this year, I want to watch a movie. Then we can also add the language. I can say lang, and let's say English movie. Okay. And then when I click on send, it should hit this endpoint, and these are the parameters we are passing. And this is a GET request. So for this, let me build a particular mapping. Maybe the AI should help me here. Let's see if it creates a mapping for us. So it will say, okay, looks good. But then I don't want it to be nullable. It should be at request param, because we are passing the request param here. And let's copy this, replace and replace. Okay, and it simply says recommend. No, I want a movie recommendation. It basically reads your comments to generate this. Okay, not helping. It is helping. So you can see we got a simple prompt here which says recommend for or recommends for this type of movies released in this year. Instead of saying released in, I can say released around this year in this language. Okay, this can be a simple prompt, and let's work with this first. And with this, I want to hit the endpoint. Okay, so I can simply use the entire stuff here. Okay, not the cut part. I can use this entire stuff and paste it here. So we got a chat line, which you can access it from here. No problem with chat line, and we have to pass the message. So instead of message, we have recommendation. This is your string. And now I don't want any extra things. So I can just delete everything here. So from this chat response, I'm getting the result, get output, get text. And this is what we are returning. So simple, right? Okay, perfect. Let me just run this. I'm going to restart the application and go back to Insomnia. Let's hit this and let's see if this works. And I'm not sure which movie it will recommend. Waiting. Okay, so we got multiple recommendations. So you can see here are the solid horror movies from roughly this to this year. Supernatural. Okay, so done, watched, not yet. Oh, there are so many movies I have to watch. Done. Okay. Apollo 18 I've done. Not sure. But you can see we got the recommendation. But what I want is I just want one recommendation. Okay. And the problem is when someone recommends a movie, I just don't want to know the name of the movie. What I want to know is the basic plot of the movie, the actors. If I like the actors, I would prefer to watch it. Then it should also tell me the IMDb rating. I mean, most of it are fake, but still, I want to know the IMDb rating. So those things I need, okay? And this is not helpful. So in this case, what you will do? So the first thing you will do is you will change your prompt. This is not a good prompt because this is not giving me something which I want, right? So you have to change the prompt. That's the first thing you'll do. Second is when you work with a huge prompt, which you're going to see later, adding those things, adding our values inside that prompt is a tedious task and doesn't look good. So in that case, we can use something called a prompt template. So we can create a template and then we can replace the values later. So let's see how do we do that. So it's actually very simple. Let's say recommendation, we'll stick to this, and or maybe I can say template here. So this is my template and we'll change this now. So what this should look like. I have a big prompt with me. I don't want to type it everything here. So I will just get it from here and you will get it from the code base from the Git repository down. So this is the entire prompt. So you can see we got, I want to watch this type of movie tonight with a good rating. Looking for movies around this year, which we pass. The language I'm looking for is this. Suggest one specific movie and tell me the cast and the length of the movie. Yeah, this is also important. I don't want to watch a long movie or lengthy video or lengthy movie. Then the response format. Now this is important. I just don't want the movie name. What I want is, of course, movie name, basic plot, cast, length, and IMDb rating as well. So this is my entire prompt. And before I send this, of course, I can pass a template here, but doesn't look good. So before I pass this, I have to replace these values, type, year, and lang. If you don't want to do that, then we have to do that plus and stuff. But if you can see, I'm using string template here. So it's better to replace them later. And the way you can do that is with the help of prompt template. So let's see how do we do that. So first we have to create a prompt template. See, ultimately in this prompt, you're going to pass the object of a prompt. But till this point, we have not created the object of prompt. So you will see the error there. What I want to create now is a prompt template. So I will say prompt template equal to, there are multiple ways of creating a prompt template. You can say new prompt template, but in the latest version of Spring AI, it's preferred to use the builder pattern. So I will say prompt template dot builder so that you can pass multiple things here when you're building this. So first thing you want to pass is a template, and that's my template which we have created here. So this is my template. Then I can say build. You can pass multiple things, and that's why we have option here. But then what multiple things we want to create? So basically, when you are creating this prompt template, we need to change these values, the type, the year, the lang, and that you can do that with the help of map. So you can use something called variables, and you can change your variables here by passing the map. And these are the variables you are changing. Okay, what it's suggesting here? No, this will not work. I have to pass the map object because it is asking you for the map object. So you can see variables here needs the object of a map. Okay, so I have to pass a map. You can create the map outside, or you can say map of, give me suggestion, map of, why is not doing that? So type, okay, now it's doing that. So you can see I have to replace type with type, ear with ear, and lang with lang. Okay, so these are the things you have to do here. And once you have your prompt template, so prompt template will have the entire prompt and it will help you to replace the values with your variables. Looks much cleaner than what we have done before. Next, once you have your prompt template, here you can pass a prompt, right? So you have to create the prompt object as well. So I can go back here and say prompt object. So you can say prompt equal to prompt template dot build prompt. So these are the suggestions we have. And you can see, if you can see the suggestion there, in build prompt, it's asking us to pass the value for this. We have already done that. So if you don't want to do that again, you can use this prompt template object and you can simply say create. So see, you have two options. Either you can pass these values here, or you can pass the object or pass the values when you're creating a prompt with the previous example, which I've shown you. And once you have prompt, you can pass it here. Your job is done. Okay. In fact, you can simplify this more by simply saying chat response dot get result dot get output dot get text. You don't have to get the chat response object, but even this looks good. Let's restart it and see if this is working or not. So restart done. Let's go back to Insomnia and now hit this and let's see if anything is changing there. Taking some time. Okay, so you can see we got one movie and that's important. We got one movie. The movie name is Insidious and this is a basic plot. Then we got the cast and we got the length of the movie, which is important for me. And this is the IMDb rating. I'm happy. I should watch this movie alone. Weekend. Okay, but let's see if I try with Hindi movie. It will suggest Raj if I'm not wrong. It's a good movie. Raj. Yeah, that's right. But Raj 3. Okay. I've not seen it. I watched it. Okay. So actors, length. Oh, not a good recommendation. Maybe we can change our prompt by saying only suggest a movie with an IMDb rating more than 6. That should help. Okay. But this is working, right? Now, this is how you can use prompt template. Now, in the latest version of Spring AI, they have suggested, why do you even wasting all your time with prompt template? We can directly pass the template when you are working with the client, a chat client. So let's see how do we do that. So I'm going to comment this, okay, the entire stuff, and let's focus on the chat client. In the chat client, instead of passing your prompt here, and since we don't even have a prompt object, what you can do is after the prompt, you can pass the user message. Now, question, okay, so we'll talk about this user. Just give me some time to explain this. You will say user, and in this, you will pass your values. But if you see user is accepting the resource or the consumer object. Okay, let me use this consumer object. So instead of creating the object of consumer, you can simply take an object from this. And in this, you can say text, and then you can pass your template. And here, you can basically replace your values. So you can see params map of this. So if you go to user, you can see we have multiple options, but in that you got one, which is the consumer. And if you go to consumer, it's an interface and you can accept. So you can pass one object here and on that object, you can perform the operation. And the operation which we are performing is on the object of prompt user spec. And that's what we are passing here. This is a type. This will accept your prompt user spec. And on that, it will pass this particular template and then you can pass params here. You can replace these values. So you don't have to basically do all this prompt template stuff. This is more readable and more customizable. This is pretty straightforward. It depends which you want to use. For me, for a bigger project, I will stick to prompt template. Restart done. Let's go back and I will stick to year 2025 and English movie. Let's see which is the latest one which is coming up. Run this, will take some time. And the movie is The Monkey. Okay, no idea. I'm debating 6.6. Okay, something to watch for this weekend. Okay, So this is how it recommends. I don't know why. I'm not sure if this is a real movie. I'm just checking on the different browser. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. Now let's talk about this user here. See, whenever you talk about prompts, in a prompt, when you talk to the AI model, we will have two parts. One is called a system prompt and second is called a user prompt. Now, whenever your user types a message, that is a user prompt. But if you remember, when you talk about a good prompt also specifies some extra things. Example, if you want to get a code, or maybe if you want to learn something from AI, you can specify the start. You are the world best trainer. Now explain this. That first line is your system prompt and remaining part is your user prompt. Okay, so here you can pass two prompts here. So I can say system prompt and you can pass certain message here. I can say you are a movie recommendation expert. So I'm passing a system message and then I'm passing a user message. Let's restart. Again, it's not compulsion to pass a system message, but it's recommended to do that. Let's see if anything changes. Okay, same movie, but we are passing a system message as well. Okay, so that's all about working with the prompts. I hope things are making sense. See you in the next part.